Hey, Olive, Arlo, and Frank. Grandpa coming to you from a very hot 101 degrees, New Orleans, Louisiana. We're fixing to go over, partake in your 5:30 feeding, Olive. In a couple weeks, Arlo, I'm going to see you. Hopefully, Frank, I'll get to see you in the near future. Anyway, we're once again in the Net Bible Reader's Edition, excellent translation, plain English, beta tested. When new scholarship becomes available, the scholar board of this Bible will take a look at it and see if anything should be updated. But for the most part, the Word of God's the Word of God. You can read the King James Bible or any other decent translation, the NIV, the English Standard, I believe, is another one. They're all good. I like this one. This speaks to me the best because it talks to me in my language. We've been following the life of Jacob. And when he left the Holy Land for Paddan Aram 20 years ago, his brother Esau was going to kill him. Now God tells him to go back to the land of his father, and he's going to be the heel catcher. That's his name, heel catcher. The trickster, and he's going to go like, I don't trust God that much, so I'm going to devise these schemes. So he divided his herds and his families and started sending people ahead. And then he's by himself, and he wrestled with the man who's Jesus, but he wrestled with this man and he prevailed. Although when you wrestle with God and you prevail, it's because he lets you prevail. So it's not like he beat up God. So let's pick up chapter 33, verse 1 says, Jacob looked up and saw Esau was coming along with 400 men. So he already knew this was happening. So he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and the 2 female servants. He put the servants and their children in front, with Leah and her children behind them, and Rachel and Joseph behind them. But Jacob himself went on ahead of them, and he bowed toward the ground 7 times as he approached his brother. But Esau ran to meet him, embraced him, hugged his neck, and kissed him. Not like he didn't make out with him, he kissed him. It's in a lot of cultures, not ours. Men kiss each other hello, but it's a kiss to the cheek. Then they both wept. When Esau looked up and saw the women and children, he asked, "Who are these people with you?" Jacob replied, "The children whom God has graciously given your servant." So he's still calling himself the servant, even though he knows that Esau is going to serve his younger brother, because that's what God said when they were born. The female servants came forward with their children and bowed down. Then Leah came forward with her children, and they bowed down. Finally, Joseph and Rachel came forward and bowed down. So at this point in time, Benjamin has not been born yet. Joseph is the youngest. And the story's going to go from here? So that's an important point. Esau then asked, "What did you intend by sending all these herds to meet me?" Jacob replied, "To find favor in your sight, my lord." But Esau said, "I have plenty, my brother. Keep what belongs to you." "No, please take them," Jacob said. "If I have found favor in your sight, accept my gift from my hand. Now that I have seen your face and you have accepted me, it is as if I have seen the face of God." He's really like laying it on thick here, isn't he? "Please take my present that was brought to you, for God has been generous to me, and I have all I need." When Jacob urged him, he took it. So he's getting herds of goats and camels and servants and all kinds of stuff that he doesn't need. I mean, he's got 400 guys in his, whatever you want to call it. It's not a gang. But just like Abraham went after those kings that attacked Sodom and Gomorrah, and he had 300 and some guys. Well, Esau has 400 guys that he can just go like, "Okay, we're going out to do this. Meet you at this time, and we're going to leave." And they have to go. Then Esau said, "Let's be on our way. I will go in front of you." But Jacob said to him, "My Lord knows that the children are young, and that I have to look after the sheep and cattle that are nursing their young. If they are driven too hard for even a single day, all the animals will die." So he still has plenty of animals and servants and things. "Let my Lord go on ahead of his servant. I will travel more slowly, at the pace of the herds and the children, until I come to my Lord at Seir." And Seir is the land of Esau. That was the land that was given to him by God. So Esau said, "Let me leave some of my men with you." "Why do that?" Jacob replied. "My Lord has already been kind enough to me." So that day Esau made his way back to Seir. But Jacob traveled to Succoth, where he built himself a house and made shelters for his livestock. That is why the place was called Succoth. And so in Hebrew it's Sukkot. And there's a Jewish holiday called Sukkot where they build booths. They build sukkahs. So he's like a Bedouin type herdsman. He's nomadic. But instead of going and doing what he said, "Hey, I'll follow you and meet you in Seir," he not only stays in this other place, Sukkot, but he sets down roots there. After he left Paddan Aram, Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem in the land of Canaan, and he camped near the city. Then he purchased a portion of the field where he had pitched his tent. He bought it from the sons of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. There he set up an altar and called it, "The God of Israel is God." And next we're going to look at Dinah, however you want to pronounce it, and the children of Shechem. And we'll see that the date doesn't fall far from the date palm, to use a Middle Eastern reference, and that the kids kind of act like Jacob. Anyway, until then, peace out.